You are welcome back from that quick timeout. It's still daybreak here on Trust TV, and it's time for our phone-in segment. Today we'll be talking about Nigerian politics, and we'll be asking, are our political parties weak? Nigeria's political landscape has been marred by internal party crisis, mass defections, and widespread public criticism, all of which point to a deeper structural problem, the inherent weakness of the country's political parties, and I would add to that the lack of ideology in our political parties. Now, from the All Progressive Congress, which is the ruling party, to the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, the Labour Party, and various emerging platforms, Nigerians have witnessed endless factional battles, power tussle, last-minute legal interventions ahead of the elections, and mass defections. These occurrences have not only disrupted governance and democratic stability, but have also reinforced the perception that most political parties in Nigeria lack ideological depth, internal democracy, and institutional strength. As citizens grow increasingly frustrated with the lack of accountability and policy consistency, the question arises, are our political parties truly capable of driving national development, or are they merely an instrument of capturing power? Now, this will be the bone of our conversation this morning. We're asking you, what's your take on the kind of political parties we have in Nigeria? Are they weak? Do they have what it takes to take Nigeria to, where Nigerians want? We always talk about voting the people and not the party. And it looks like the political parties have figured this out, and they bring out the people we want to see. But do they really give Nigerians the kind of party that has the right ideology, that has the right standing, and that is able to be unified? If the party is unified, at least you're sure that the person they're bringing out will be able to unify Nigeria. But when you see issues in each and every one of their parties, what does this say? So we'd love to hear your thoughts on that. The question and the numbers will be displayed on your screen shortly. Do want to call in and send us messages via WhatsApp. We'll be here to take all the messages. The question is, what are your take on the kind of political parties we have in Nigeria? Are they weak? Let's hear your thoughts. All right. How when we saw the Labour Party and we saw how strong they were during the 2023 election, Labour Party just cropped up in 2023 and they became very strong. I would say I didn't know about the Labour Party, so Peter Obi moved there. So it was more like these candidates brought Labour Party to the limelight.
Sure.
And then we saw how that played out after the election. But right after this call, we would love to get your input on all that is playing out. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Lilian. You are speaking with Shetima Kudima, calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. How is Maiduguri this morning?
Maiduguri is okay, alhamdulillah. Maiduguri is peace. And I want to tell to Nigerians, and we have read this morning, we thank God.
We thank God. So go ahead, share your thoughts on our topic of discussion this morning.
In our topic of today, political parties are weak. Honestly, they are. No doubt about that. Because Lilian, the qualities of parties that you have stated in your introduction, we don't know whether in the future we have that kind of party. But now we don't have any. That is the reality. If you look at our system of politics, it is centered on how people manipulate and find yourself in the corridor of power. By the time you are the ruling party, you have the population of the country in your party. What we are after for is who is ruling. And the party that is ruling, then it will have the massive membership because of the economic gain, because of the privileges that you will enjoy. Our politicians and our teeming Nigerian populace, we have become a political prostitute. We are following where we will gain. Ideology is zero. If you look at it very well, you can agree with me, most of our political parties, they doesn't have even manifestos. If you look at it very well, during during the campaign, for struggling of power, you will find that the parties that have bank of money, that's why the population of voters is. And where the parties that gather top musicians, many musicians in the country, the actors and actresses. That's where the population goes. Then if they come out for campaign, they have actors and actresses of Hollywood and Hollywood. That's why you will see people are following them. But they don't have the ideology, no manifestos. They will put on sound and dance and dance and dance. That's the kind of campaign that we're having nowadays. It is unlike before, where you can use your words and your manifestos to convince people to vote for you. That's where we have problems. Our political parties, honestly speaking, they are not parties. They are something else. They are using money to convince people. You will see they are giving money and some movie of rights for voters to vote for them. This is purely corruption. It is out of political parties struggling. So maybe in the future we will learn. We will learn. Nowadays we have seen the consequences of money politics.
Indeed, Shetima.
So maybe you will be told. I'm with you.
All right, thank you so much, Shetima, for your thoughts there. He has said that. Thank you so much. He has said that, what's your take on what he said? What I picked out was the fact that we now have dancing politicians and not politicians who work based on ideologies.
So instead of campaigning, they are, should I say, having commercials and advertisement? Exactly. Hello, welcome to the Daybreak Show. Who are we speaking to?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Can we have your name and location, please?
Do we still have the caller on the line? Okay.
I think it's disconnected. So before we get another caller, moving back to what Shetima was saying, to be honest, everyone is out there Okay, so we would take the next caller and move back to the discussion.
This is Abaseko on the line.
Yes, hello, good morning. Can we have your name and location?
This is Abaseko from Gombe.
Good morning, Abaseko. Thank you for joining us all the way from Gombe.
Good morning.
Sincerely speaking, that is why Alhaji Shetima is my main man. Each time I hear from him, I know the day is fulfilled. Sincerely speaking, I want to appreciate Hauwa, Adamu, the new person there.
Thank you very much.
Lovely. And I want to also see you putting an input like Lilian and several others have been doing. Because Trust TV is a station after my heart. Just like the apple in my eyes. I cannot do without watching programs there. For 1 week now, I've been in the hospital, visiting those in the hospital. And that is why I've missed people. But today, I want to appreciate Alhaji Shetima. He has been so wonderful. Judging from the topic of today, yes, they are weak. Very, very weak. They always go dancing. I don't know, are they serious? You see them dancing, put a loudspeaker, dancing and dancing. Do they want us to dance away our sorrows as they are dancing their sorrows? Shetima has really spoken, so I don't even know what to add again. But mine is that they are weak.
Okay.
And I see string of surprise. Labour Party is going to surprise the day. Mark what I'm telling you. Labour Party is going to spring surprise. And inshallah, it is going to spring surprise. Thank you, God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, Abasekong. Thank you for always finding time to join us in on the show. And he's still, I was going to pick on Labour Party, but Abasekong came supporting Labour Party. I would say, surprised me at how they told, based on how powerful they were during the 2023 elections. But we saw how they allowed internal party squabbles, distract Nigerians and they themselves from their own party ideology. It became a hub of internal squabbles and Supreme Court ruling here and there. It changed a lot, from them, for me. Let's take the next call we have this morning. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Tony. I'm calling from Benue State.
I didn't get your name, please.
Tony Eze from the
Tony Eze, thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you. Not that parties are weak in good, but the truth of the matter is that every sector in Nigeria is having there is no any department in Nigeria that is not having problem. Let me go with illustration. Somebody in a particular party that is rising strong, another party that is in power may go after their member and buy their votes, and they will cause confusion in that party. So the problem we are seeing in the parties in Nigeria is as a result of inability for us to do the right thing. It's as a result of us loving money more than integrity. And this is what is playing on the ground. In past election, we see that PDP is strong. That PDP and Labour Party that the most one party that challenged the party in power for now. And look at these parties now. They are in serious crisis. That if they come out to meet before 2027, only God that knows. Let us know that all these things that is happening, there is people teaching music for those people that are causing crisis in party. And the better for Nigerians to know that we have to stand and start doing the right thing. If we want a good Nigeria in future, we have to be doing the right things. But otherwise, our future is nowhere. Good morning.
Good morning, Tony Eze.
That was really powerful. I would say with the points that he made with a suspicion of inter-party infiltration causing squabbles, as well as everyone having that selfish mentality where you only focus on you and what you tend to gain from those parties or that your political career, instead of focusing on what you would bring to the table in changing Nigeria to a better space.
Now, when he said that, I said any political leader who has the interest of the people at heart and who is in a political party that has a solid party ideology wouldn't even let himself be bought over. It takes you being selfish and greedy and not knowing why you're there and being there for the wrong reasons. And they tell you, oh, you know what, create a certain level of disunity in your party, I'll pay you so and so amount and I'll let you join my party and probably give you a ticket, and then you will go ahead to do that. It tells a lot about that your party, character, their ideology, and your character as a political person who is in politics. I don't think we have politicians who have the mindset of wanting to serve the people. You know, when you know that you're here to serve the people and the interest of the people comes first, being the kind of politician that people deserve to have is very important. And holding your party ideology, saying, no, this is what my party stands for, and I want my party to be this because this is their intention towards the people, so I will not do this. It tells a lot about the kind of politicians we have at the end of the day.
And it's actually saddening with the current mindset of the people. It is very difficult to see anyone that focuses on the bigger picture, which is the greater good. Having to serve the people and bringing the positive in order, you know, to get to where we need to get to for positive change.
All right, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Makodi.
Okay, I only heard Makodi. So tell us your name, please.
Okay. The topic is our political parties are weak, so to the extent our leaders are not there to serve, but they're there to serve it. The reality is also that it's appointments and others. So that's one thing I'm giving to any political party. We're looking in terms of looking other pathway with that. So I think there is nothing of anybody that will say what we talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really couldn't make much of what you said there. There were lots of interruption, you know, in our call. But the phone lines are still open. The question is still displayed on your screen. And do well to send in WhatsApp messages because we're definitely going to take them before we wrap up the show. The question still stands. Do you think our political parties are weak? Let's take the next call. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Hello, good morning. Hello. Yes, good morning. Tell us your name.
Good morning. I've been listening to. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you loud and clear. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay. I've been hearing the conversation soon. Our leaders are not compared to what they are telling us during the campaign. Are you getting me?
Yes, I am.
It's like us society that is wearing this country. All of them, all the political parties, it goes on like those some powers that seem to be good here. Let the other political party with that power. They don't have the same behavior. They have the fear of God. They should be carrying their flaws along. They know what they are doing. Are you getting me?
Yes.
That is the situation in the country. You know what they are doing.
All right.
Well, I think thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amen.
And the presenter.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. So I think it still boils down to, priorities and vision. So that is just it.
Another thing that piqued my attention with all of this is we see weak internal democracy where there is no democratic process in party from their internal elections to selecting party leaderships. There are lots of undemocratic processes that happens at that level, and it causes distrust and disunity, and it breeds resentment within some certain people in the party that could lead to factions being created due to within the party. We also see putting personal interest, which is what you mentioned earlier, and there's also the aspect of with the ruling parties capturing more states, you find the opposition parties not having enough room to be the opposition parties they are meant to be. Opposition parties play a major role in the democratic process, and we see that with now. We have the ruling party having their field day with policies and everything being made, with little or no opposition really speaking up and holding them accountable and dragging Nigerians' attention to it. Still boils down to, okay, this is our democracy. What's going on?
True. So with a dominating party, that would overshadow any opposition party, and you wouldn't see any potential within that other political party to know if those are the best candidates or not.
All right, we'll take the WhatsApp messages now. We have a couple of WhatsApp messages that have come in. So we have the first message from Ukweze from Mina, Niger State. It says our political parties are weak because we have politicians that are not interested in the welfare of the masses but all about self. Governments in power also contribute in weakening the opposition by planting moles in the opposition party. Example, Lamidi Apapa in LP and Wike in PDP. Alright, Wike's matter in PDP, I will not even say it's the opposition that planted him there. The PDP shot themselves in the foot when they did what they did to Wike, and they woke up the person Wike is today. You know, Wike has been a staunch PDP member, and we all know the history of Wike in the PDP. So what was happening in the PDP and Wike, I wouldn't even hold the opposition party fully responsible for that.
The next WhatsApp message we have, this person, Aslam Abdusalam Saleh from Mina, says, yes, political parties in Nigeria are weak due to the following. 1, a lack of ideology. 2, poor internal democracy. 3, godfatherism, which is a very strong thing. 4, personality politics. And 5, a transactional rather than institutional approach to politics. He said these weaknesses undermine national development policy consistency, and democratic consolidation. So I believe he just listed a couple of things that we mentioned earlier, aside from the political godfatherism, which is very prevalent in Nigeria, and it plays a major role in deciding who, is in power or is picked. So all of these factors really contribute to the political scene in Nigeria and plays a major role in, pointing the direction that it would go.
Indeed. All right, let's take the next WhatsApp message from Nandi Bete from Ogoja. Nandi said, Nigerian political parties are weak. Without an ideological foundation, no political party can be strong.
Okay.
Nigerian political parties are at best business conglomerates set up to serve the interests of politicians. Any house built on shaky foundation cannot pass a credibility test and thus can't stand the test of time. Without ideologies, our political parties will continue to be weak. Still the same thing, party ideologies are really important, and without these ideologies, without knowing what it is the party is rooted on, that is a problem that needs to be addressed.
That is very, very true.
All right. Now, still on all of this, something else that piqued my attention, was aside party ideologies, it was the other person that said transactional politics.
Yes.
Even down to the people. I always say this. I said the politicians would not buy your vote or pay for your vote if it's not important to them. So the mindset that your vote does not count during election, the mindset that as Nigerians your voice is not being heard and you can't also speak up through one way or another to hold these politicians accountable is what is keeping us where we are. The political party can do whatever it likes and decide that in 2027 it will quickly organize its house and put one person in front that the people can see. And the people won't even think to question, this your house has been in chaos. What's the guarantee it will put Nigeria, or what's the guarantee that this candidate you've brought out will put Nigeria where it's meant to be?
Yes.
So these questions are questions that Nigerians they believe that their voices are not heard, their votes don't count. That is why there's this lackadaisical or free attitude towards election and criticizing the government and also being involved in politics and rulership in Nigeria. It tells a lot, and I really hope that mindset will change now that 2027 is fast approaching.
Well, I believe that point of realization for Nigerians comes right after the election year or right before the campaign period. So that in itself leaves Nigerians in desperation, where whatever is happening to them or however they are being directed to, they just choose to indulge in it, but then afterwards they realize that this is not the way to go. So on our next WhatsApp message, we have Olushona. Okay, we have Olushona Olalekon Ebenezer. He says Nigeria's political landscape is marred by weak parties lacking clear ideologies and tangible manifestos. Party structures often revolve around individual interests rather than a cohesive vision for the country. And he says this issue is compounded by the absence of strong opposition parties to challenge the ruling All Progressives Congress, which is APC, allowing them to govern without significant scrutiny. Nigerian parties often lack clear, defining ideologies, making it difficult for voters to discern their values and goals. Party structures are frequently built around influential individuals rather than a robust framework for governance. The absence of strong opposition parties enables the ruling party to operate with relative impunity, leading to subpar governance. He added that without robust opposition, the ruling party may prioritize its interests over the needs of the people. Weak parties undermine the democratic process, limiting citizens' ability to hold leaders accountable. He said we need to encourage parties to develop and articulate clear ideologies to help voters make informed decisions. So honestly, he has driven a very, very important point where there is no structure in anything and everywhere, and without that structure or vision, whenever there is a plan, and for you to execute that plan, you would have to have the intention of executing that plan. So if you don't have the intentions, those plans will not be in place. Those visions are not there for you to execute in order for you to do the right thing or be held accountable as well.
Now, when he said lack of party manifestos,
yes,
the first thing that came to my head was what Shetima said. They will come out on speaker and all of us will start dancing, and you're not campaigning on issues that affect the people. You're shading the other politicians, shading the other political parties, not giving issue-based campaign and manifestos that the people would look at and say, okay, this is in line with my ideology for Nigeria, and that is why I want to be in this party, or that's why I want to vote this party. A lot of work needs to be done for our political parties, indeed. All right, and we have the final WhatsApp message this morning. It's from Ada Ita Akuku from Ogoja. It says, good morning, Trust TV. Political parties cannot be devoid of weakness when they have no direction. In some, with no ideology, they're as good as child's play. Indeed, party ideology is, something that we've all spoken about, we've all touched on, we've all said it is important. For Labour Party, I would say for a party that was founded on, social justice and social ideology, being their human rights and all, where are they going to now with what is happening in the party? For the APC, these parties, they do have that, it's just somewhere there, but it is not what the parties are campaigning on. And when this ideology are non-existent, you can't tell what light or what direction the party is towing and their intentions towards Nigeria. So moving forward, we hope Nigerians would, pick up the knowledge to hold parties accountable. Let us start from the political parties, down from the grassroots level, from the local government elections. What is this party that's got? What is your ideology? What do you hold? What are your plans for the people? Are you based on quality education or healthcare or social justice? What is it that is the ideology of this party that you want us to be inclined with and vote for? These are necessary questions that Nigerians need to hold moving forward. But we're going to be doubling back on this conversation, not necessarily on the strength of political parties, but we'll be focused slightly on Labour Party in our discussion segment. So do not go anywhere. Right after the break, we'll be going straight to our discussion segment. Do stay.